it's okay if you make yourself a fool. And I have made myself a fool so many times. If the big things in life are great, why should one fear small things that are not that transcendental? Usually when I'm afraid of something is fear of not being able to succeed, or fear of disappointing somebody, or fear of not being perfect. And that's something that you get rid of pretty soon. Like, I know now for a fact that nobody's perfect. So why should I be perfect? Why should I not be allowed to fail? And so I have a certain, philosophy about it that takes the fear away. I also remember a moment when I was younger, and then I got a call from the customer requesting something that, normally you have a yes mentality with sales, as you should. But this was something that was so unreasonable that the whole business case would drop. And so this man is older than me, he's shouting at me and intimidating me, and at that moment I got enormous peace in me. It was like a stroke of peace. I suddenly realized that, hey, your kids are young and they're beautiful, your husband is awesome, your parents are alive, there's nothing to fear. I was so eloquent, so calm. I asked him please not to shout. The deal went through and it was fantastic business. The millennial generation, I'm very inspired by. In my generation, we thought of work in a less, I think, dynamic way that you guys do. I've had, for instance, 14 years at Nokia, but I moved from sales to marketing to investor relations to communication, so I've always been moving. But it was not so typical to do that. And I think millennials do that even better. Life is not a train you get into and then you wait for the conductor to say, "Step down, sir, you've arrived at your destination." Life is, it's a mixture of choices that you have to make. And I think millennials do that well. They are thinking, what am I good at? What could I enjoy? And then you guys go and do it, and then you move on to the next thing. And I really admire that. There was a period about 2 years ago when I decided to leave my employment voluntarily. And, people were kind of shocked. And my husband saying, honey, we've got all the mortgage to pay and all this stuff. Do you really need to leave your job? And I just said, you know what? I need to feel what uncertainty feels like. And I need to find what I really want to do. And then we decided to share with the kids my search for a job. So I would hear them discussing between them what job mom should apply to, and if I went to an interview I would come home and they would say, "Mom, did you get the job?" And it was quite a lot of fun. But I think it was part of teaching my kids that life is not a train and that not everything is certain, and you don't just get told where you go. You have to make life for yourself, and it's up to you to make it. Don't wait for some HR guy to tell you what the career progression is. I think that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Don't wait for somebody else to shape your life. It's yours. And take the joy of it. It's awesome that it's up to you to do whatever you want to do.